Getting the arena up. Do 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 do. There it goes. Oh, thank you. Ah, my seat cover slid down. There we go. So I like my chair for the most part, but it has like a weave to it, and when I sit with bare legs, it like hurts me. So I put a cover on it. Okay. Let's see here. What have we got? We have to attack with creatures, play lands, cast red or green spells. Karn Legacy Reach Forged is the guy's name. Is that the recent one? Or the old one? Letters Chafe. Yeah, pretty much. Okay. I guess if we need to do green and we need to do creatures attacking, elves could be good. Mirror March Rule. Couldn't you just do it in historic? Or imagine a tempo deck of creatures who also just happen to be fun when copied. Or is this a commander deck? For example, a creature you don't think would copy well, Ripjaw Raptor. None of my stuff has reach. Creatures with haste is faster, specific goblins make more goblins. Tokens are swinging. Each token leaves your opponent a choice. Do they take the 4 or do they let you draw? That's a good point. I think I'm going to use the Cursed Idol to kill the oven. You get to do it one time. Just once. And then even if you don't draw much, the Ripjaws are still nice. When you play green, you always play with the spell that destroys an artifact. Or something that flies. Yeah. It's certainly wiser. Is Reclamation Sage legal in Explorer? I know it is in historic. Oh yeah. Hmm. I guess I run this instead of Reclamation Sage because it's 2 instead of 3? Maybe? Oh, is it not on Arena? I know sometimes they leave cards out, but it's uncommon. Okay. Well, we're flooding out, so there's not really much we can do, unfortunately. And I'm pretty sure I only have one of these. Just gonna try and lower the life total. Because I really don't want them to get that speaker online. I was on a 2-turn clock anyway. Hopefully, they cannot now get to 12. They have to gain 4 for that. They might have figured that I was low enough and they were low enough that speaker wasn't going to come into play, so it's better for the lifelink to get the additional point of damage. Bad day. Pretty sure I do not have enough. Seven, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Nowhere close. But I needed to do my attackies, so. I have too many non-elves and elves. Yeah. It's, it was elves with, like, an exploring theme, but yeah, I could definitely make it better. This one I think is, I think this one's a brawl deck. I don't think I need any of those. There's a Reclamation Sage. Still only have one Elvish Clan Caller. Could do more Gala Greeters. Oh, and I have another Leaf Crown Visionary. I have 3. I must have drafted this set because I only had 1 for the longest time. Varus is my reach creature. Card draw. I could drop Tyvar as well. He doesn't usually contribute. Beast Whisperer goes in well with Realm Walker because you can use it to get a clunky draw off the top. Gaia's? Oh, no, no, no. Nope. If we're being milled, we don't care. Yeah, I might drop the Elvish Visionaries. It is nice to have the early card draw. I'm already down to 22 lands. Maybe drop 1 circle. Circle of Dreams Druid is in here for Elvish War Master's activated ability. And there have been times where the activated ability has mattered. Do I have a Shrine to Nyx? Not in the deck. Yeah, that's the one you said to put in instead of, What's-a-Face, which I think is a good call. I've also got Canopy Tactician, who's a little bit of a beefy boy. Well, let's try with this. We can always tweak if needed. Yeah, I think maybe this deck was originally more of a venture into the dungeon deck. Like I think it ran that Planeswalker originally. Hmm. The Circle of Dreams Druid is only one toughness. And that is a problem sometimes. I don't know if I have any Cavern of Souls. I think it's an Explorer now, but I don't think I have any copies. And you know me about being a super miser on wildcards. That snack was really good. I should bake my own bread more often. I should just do it all the time. Screw store-bought bread. I'm mad because my store, I moved, like, how many months ago do I move? Time is really weird. We're gonna do, Realm Walker. Someone who loves travel, you literally owe it to yourself to craft a playset of Cavern of Souls. You may have a point. You may have a point. I do really like Kindred, they call it now. What's this? They just putting them all out for free. Oh god. Oh god. They're using Bard class really well. Making sure the next card we draw is a land. This is a meta deck. See, this is what happens when you add Shrine to Nyx into your deck. You start going up against meta decks. And you stop being able to win. Something confirmation bias. Are you gonna tell me that the matchmaking has no effect? I have a pretty okay matchup. Well, I have to do this one because, well, actually, maybe not. I have to make sure that dies because it can give everything else indestructible. Each card has points depending on the number of points card gives your deck a high number. Looking for my next land. Found it. Didn't swing Burgie. Interesting. Lose 1. Okay. No help from the top. And I can't play 2 things. So I think I gotta pump it up. Pump it up. That's bad. That's even more bad. The worst. Can he give haste? He can give haste. I'm gonna concede. Whole point is I'm supposed to be swinging, so. I'm gonna try that again and see if we get another meta deck. If we do, we're taking the Nyxes out. Nykthos Shrine to Nyx. Don't need him. Ups the difficulty for no reason. Because I'm a filthy casual. It's how I roll. Yes, it does. I mean, Thoughtseize always hurts, but especially on turn 1, when it's my turn 0. Probably the correct take is the Llanowar Elves. Alright. He took the Lord. That does, in fact, confirm evidence. What evidence? Oh, the fact that they played Thoughtseize turn 1 and Fatal Push turn 2? That it's a meta deck? Shrine is poisoning the deck. Mutavault would be good in the deck, but not so good that it's worth the playset. Ah, okay. Yeah, I like Lair of the Hydra. Yeah, it enters in tapped when you play it later, but it becomes kind of nifty. I'm playing against someone's quest of destroy creatures. Mutavault is basically an elf. Ah. Because with all creature types. It's black, no fun. Whoa! Red! Black, red, no fun allowed. Force the sack. I don't want them to build up blood tokens and then, kill my things. I stand by my decision. But see, right now, it's just being a frickin' useless card, because it doesn't... Like, I can only play one thing this turn, that sucks. This person is playing so slowly as to, make me want to quit. But it's ranked, so I won't. We'll hold up blocks, I guess. Sad womp. Yeah. Sure. Yep. Card draw? Card draw. I do have more cards than he does, yes. And he's already used 3 of 4 fatal pushes. Presumably. Assuming this resolves, we'll finally be in the positive for Nykthos. We'll draw 2 cards. Swing. They can animate the Mutavault and potentially block, but I doubt they can kill the Beast Whisperer. They decided not to. Interesting. What are they going to do? Nothing. Board wipe, maybe? Looking for an answer. Smuggler's Copter. Drawing's always fun, but not against Mill. Yeah, I want to be casting off the top. Classic Joe is not very happy. Last mana goes to waste. Guy is off to Reddit to talk about how elves are OP. I mean, elves are strong. I don't know if they're overpowered. Oh, got it. Go and be smashed by Kindred. Elves have always been a deck that you need to plan for. So I will say, I think Beast Whisperer, excellent addition. I think it's worth cutting the make many elf tokens spell. What I don't think is worth it is Nykthos. I'm going to take that out. In case says put Captain of Souls in. But I think that's going to be the same problem. Yeah, is that it'll give it a higher number rank. I mean, I get that this is kind of metagaming, but it's ranked mode. I want to hit the highest rank I can, so why shouldn't I metagame? Reclamation Sage may also have the same problem. Perhaps, but it won't be... I don't think it'll be as bad as Nykthos. Because Nykthos is in some of, like, the top decks. Sage is the third most played 3-drop of all time. Seems legit. And consider that's a card that came out in 2015. Yeah, so it hasn't had as much time to gear up. This seems like a decent start. I like this Llanowar Elves art. That's why I use it. I have to say, I really do feel like the static artworks are much prettier than the, like, weird things that they're like, oh, that makes it cool. It's like, no, it just makes it harder to look at. Like, I guess that's because they can't really do foil on a screen, I suppose. Trying to think of what else I have to do today, too. I gotta finish the laundry up. Should probably take a shower today. Go and have a barbecue with my family. Be good. My dad turned 75 recently. So a little mini celebration. Barbecue! Got a companion. Karuga. Alright, maybe I can outpace them. What? They didn't play a land? Were they supposed to mulligan and then didn't? What's happening here? Reanimate? Modal cards count their total mana value for deck building. Ah, so that's how you can get around it. I think this person might be asleep at the wheel, though, so we're probably going to get a free win here. Attracts or reanimate sounds reasonable. Well, we don't know for sure if this was a meta deck or not. It might have been. He can't run the good reanimators like Exhume or Animate Dead. My opponent has run out of rope. Was meta, but he's also EP. If you lose 3 games with a deck and go into a game, your chances of winning are like 95% in your favor. Well, yeah, because Arena doesn't want you to turn the game off. If you lose too many games in a row, you'll probably get salty and turn the game off. They want your attention. It's important to keep these things in mind when you're using services, especially free services. You have to consider, like, what the goal is by having you use the service. And even if you still decide to use that service, it's important to kind of keep that in mind. Free silver tier 1 from that game. Commander, you mean the Brawl? They don't have Commander in this client. And they never will. Did you see the Tolarian Community College video where they were pushing Magic Online? They're like, hey, if you want to play Commander, that's the way to do it. online is Magic Online, and there's like a deal right now where they're trying to get people in, and I'm just like, but the interface looks so bad. Technically, they aren't wrong. I feel like I would probably rather just do Spell Table. You don't have internet for your PC? Oh, do you just, do you watch Twitch on, like, mobile then? Like a phone? Hmm. Do you think that that helps you use the internet less? Or does it make you use the internet more? You were paying almost $150 for internet, and unlimited internet. Wow. You must live somewhere remote if they're making you pay that much. You dropped your internet. Yeah, like, I'm aware that I'm on an introductory rate, but I think my bill is like 60 something? At a past one, my bill was like 75 or 80. Yeah, seems like a decent cost-saving measure. I was just curious if you felt that it limited how much time you spent on the internet. But definitely saves cost, for sure. Monetarily. I've been thinking a lot about time costs these days. You know, we think about money efficiency all the time, but not necessarily time efficiency. I'm trying to be very cognizant of how I spend my time and, like, making sure that I'm putting effort toward things that I should be putting effort toward. Is it worth driving across town to save $5 overall? Yeah, like if you needed to go to the library or something across town, you're spending gas to do that. But you can do other things at the library too while you're accessing the internet, so it might be more efficient that way, and it can be hard to calculate these things. Yeah. But while you can earn more money, you can never earn more time. Uh, hmm. I know they have a Fairy Vandal in hand. They may very well have a counterspell in hand. That's why I had a second backup spell. And now they don't have enough mana to flash out that Fairy Vandal, so it's a little safer to swing. Swing out. All you did was spend a lot on a lot of money when I have PC internet on games and stuff, and now you don't spend as much money. Yeah, because you know that you can't play games on PC, so you don't buy PC games. That makes sense. You play the games that are already installed or whatever, and then that's pretty much it. Okay, they tapped out, so I think I'm going to do Canopy Tactician at this point. That'll give us a mana boost. If we need it. They seem to be a little hard pressed for lands as well. Use by games for your Switch. Ah, okay. See, I don't have a Switch. I only have my PC and I have the PS4. And the PS4 is basically a pinball machine. That's like the only game I have for it. I have that. I have the Nonary games, and that's it. Next game, you're definitely getting Fantasy Life as and the new Zelda game playing as Zelda, not Link. Ooh. Well, I think that is it for them. And that seemed much less meta, right? I'm not quite sure what they were trying to do. Those games come out in October? Ooh. So, like, semi-soon. I will say the Unplayed series has not stopped me from buying games, but I think I am more thoughtful about the games I get. And rather than just buying something that like looks cute or something like that, because I know more about what I like, I'm able to kind of narrow in on would I actually play this game? Like, would I actually put enough time into this game to make it worth it? And I'm better able to make those guesses. I honestly was not expecting that to resolve. I am pleased. I could pay one. Okay. You stick to RPG type games that are fun and don't rely on internet to play. RPGs are like, in theory, those are RPGs are one of those games where it's like, in theory, I should like RPGs because I like story. My problem, my problem is that I get lost a lot of times in RPGs, so it's like I need a more linear RPG or something, or just do a visual novel with puzzle elements, you know. Or even survival games. So your playstyle is Diablo-esque? Diablo-esque. I've never played Diablo, so I don't know. I spend most of my time playing Magic and roguelike deck builders. That's what I like. It's a linear RPG killing stuff game. Ah, okay. I also tend to not be as heavy on the killing stuff. I don't know if that's like a girl thing or what. Get gear to progress your character. So that's 9. Fine. I'm gonna save one Elvish Visionary, or Leaf Crown Visionary for later. That one are tapped. Sell the wreckage. No. Looking for settle the wreckage, perhaps? In Diablo, you play as a Nephilim and fight back the demons and devils of hell. Okay. I was looking at a demo of a game, Solum Infernum or something? Soli Infernum? It's made by the people who made Armello, so I'm like, let me take a minute. They did find it. But I didn't get it initially. I have the demo. I'm gonna take another look at it later because I didn't get through the whole tutorial. It was like I was like, maybe I should do this when it's not so late at night. Oh, that's so cute. They don't think I'm gonna kill them this turn. Hee hee win. Guess we could do one more and see if we can get into gold, eh? I gotta stop soon for lunch. I'm excited. I'm gonna have a good amount of video editing to do today. Especially with the retrospective. A lot of games to cover. When I do the retrospective videos, I do more editing than normal. Because normally, when I throw something in Movavi, I just cut out the ad breaks and then just throw it up on YouTube. So, like, it's very uncomplicated. But when I do the retrospectives, I try to have the, like, screenshots of the actual games so that people know what I'm talking about. DMK says, lunch, it's 1:37. Perhaps on your coast. I am on the Pacific coast. Tree jar. You're not on a coast. Midwest. That makes sense with the math. Hmm. You could be in Texas to Florida for Central Time, but you happen to be in the North. Okay. Oh, it's the only good card from that set. You can't play Screw Swarms in EDH setting. People always kill it on site. Yeah, I would kill it if I could. We're getting dangerously close here. Sorry, my YouTube isn't coming up. It's just letters yay. Okay, I think we're ready to go next turn. Aw, thank you, DMK. I appreciate. Yeah, if you want to catch up, there's years of Magic footage on there, and I also have the entire unplayed game series beginning from A, from Abzu. So, there's a lot of content on there. And if you just want the highlights, I give a retrospective at the end of each letter. Well, that's not good. He reached the requisite number of lands. I thought it was 7 or more. It's 6 or more? Oi. You deleted your original DMKA Twitch account back in December? Oh, okay. So you haven't been away for that long. Oh my god. December was a really long time ago, guys. I I I don't know that you understand just how long ago December was. Just in terms of my life. I was in a very different place. You stopped because you had limited data and now you don't, so you thought, why not come back to Twitch? Unfortunately, I have no way to give trample, so I think I just die. Just in case they forgot to block something, I don't think they did, though. Too humid to go outside? Yeah. Alright, well, we didn't get to gold, but that's okay. I am going to try to find someone to raid. LSU fan is playing some Fairy Tale Fables. We're gonna give them a raid. Oops. Uh, 110? 1100. I hope that you have a wonderful day. And, please be sure to stay safe and have a good one.